知らせるものか。色が悪いんじゃない。テレバースト発動。
ダブルトリプルキル。
気が回ってきた。
ダブル
総攻撃に出るぞ。
ダブルトリプルキル。ダブル
ゆっくり休め。俺が知らせるものだ。正義
ダブ
自分の手で勝ち取る。
ダブルキル。ダブルダブルキル。ダブルトリプルキル。
ちぎっては投げ。
ダブルキル。トリプルキル。
じっとしてな。
ダブルキル。
正義は自分の手で勝ち取る。今の俺に触れやけどする。
ダブルキル。
名人なる覚悟はある。誰もがいつかは死ぬ。
まもなくバトル開始。ヒーローを選択してください。信念を守るべく戦い続ける。
リパスコマンさん、熱血とゆまっちさんは今日もお休みですか？
協力すれば必ず任務を完遂できるはずだ。
なんか高いマッチに入れられたわ、ダイヤなのに。ランカーがいるわ。269位とか強そうじゃん。相手もボール？ボールスリーピン、カムヒア。色うまい。エイムボットか？
引退生活にはもう戻らない。次の時間だ。私が見守っている。おやすみなさい。
厳しいなこれ。振り切って出さないときつくない？
仲間が私を待っている。天気に回る。
命の代償は高くつきます。
強化完了。力を見せてやれ。
全部ルート使ったな。回しの人、俺が出してもいいけど回しの人が出してほしいな。これ俺こんな前いたら死ぬわ。はぁ？もう
私たちで戦える。
無駄よ。回復して。すぐ元通りになるよ。命の代償は高く。援護するわ。私が守る。
うまっ。
すぐ良くなるから。他誰か援護して。これ以上はバリアが持たない。
無理だこれ。
スコア0対1。
少しゆっくり準備したかったな。
嘘だろこのウィドウ。
私が見てあげる。
マジ？設計からやり直しだね。
ちに集合して。もう大丈夫。すぐ良くなるからシールド展開中。気分はどう？開始。敵の攻撃を受けてる。以上はバリア。
ウィドウやば。
戦いに戻らなきゃ。シールド展開。どこに隠れても無駄にして。シールドが攻撃されてる。
あ、間違った。
早くガチャしたいよ。ついてこられないの？ダブルダブル時には我慢ですよね。やりなさい。ダブル
誰も逃がさない。守りは万全だ。
また後でカードをダブルキルダブルキル。
な手間をかけさせる。パックを返す。ここでよし、さよなら。
まもなくテンプル・オブ・アクにスルーします。ヒントを選択してください。
俺が知らせるものだ。これでもう大丈夫。
突入まであと30秒。
ごきげんよう。やはり故郷はいいものだな。
よろしく頼む。
Go, 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 go. They don't have healer. They don't have healer. They don't have healer. Let's go, let's go.
top me. I'm alone, Mega.
逆境にこそ成長の機会がある。
Don't have mana.
たかしチャンネルさん、今日は何取りマッチ？
今日は普通。
なんでウィンストン
たかしチャンネルさん、ルシオのキャラコンうまい。
無理だな。
スコア0対0。サイトを交代します。まもなく敵が接近します。ヒーローを選択してください。
信念を守るべき
攻撃チーム突入まであと30秒。
暑いな。
Got Mercy.
For buff, for buff.
援護に回る。
Behind, Keji.
すり傷すぐ治る。
Did you want? Did you want?
大した
ちょっとビハイン
自分も
これでバッチリこっちなら
普通の波に飲まれろ。
バリアが不安定だ。
That's great.
私
Destination. Go, go, go. Go downstairs. Everybody, go. Nice, nice, nice. Continue, continue.
戦いはまだこれからだ。
Is there high ground?
There's a behind. Help Genry, help Genry. Nice back.
こんにちは。
You can do that.
アルティメット準備完
But
了。
I need some cover.
メインパスさん、3です。
こんにちは
Good pop with me, I have flux. He's gonna blade you guys.
来てたんかお前
Hey, don't me, don't enemy, don't enemy.
強化完了。力を見せてやる。
Hey,
Too
help.
much ultimate.
残りは守っている。
The wasted pulse. They have Anna.
Bro,
They have my cream, they
Yeah,
have my
ball two.
cream now. I have ultimate.
アルティメットナノブーストチャージ中。
What? Oh, you just watch out. They have two
Come on, come on.
shots.
Ball going point.
They have two snipers.
There's 1 for 1.
残り時間はわずか。ここで敵を食い止める。
You have damage.
戦いはまだこれからだ。
Stay here, stay here.
はい、頼む。
Go behind.
Alright, dead, dead. There's a behind. Someone, someone.
力を見せてやれ。
GG.
Nice team.
ミカさん DPS 超強かったな
配信43歳。マゲンタ1、38、30、100、100、2、0。
魔法の言葉じゃん。あれどこで作るんだっけ？これか。マゼンダの1の38？ てか、38、30、100、100、あ？ちょっと待って。マゼンダ1、38、30、100、100。何が 20？ あ？マゼンダでしょ？ 38、100。20って何が20なの？ドットの透明度？
配信43歳。20じゃないよ。
20じゃない。
配信43歳。20。
あ、20ね。20って方も見えました。じゃあこれでいいんじゃん。やばいだろ。リーグもこれで出てるんでしょ。ふざけてるだろう。
歌ママさん、この配信見てたらリーグコイン貯まりますか？
たまりますよ。1時間視聴ごとに100たまります。やばいだろこれこれガバガバすぎんだろ、中央のギャップ。さあ幅
突入まであと30秒。
歌ママさん、これで何を狙おうとしてるん？
これで俺は太陽と同じオーバーウォッチリーガーを狙ってるよ。クソおもろいな。一回これでやってみるか。
配信43歳。これにしたらレート400上がりました。
すごいよな。ふざけてんのかって思うよな。でも本人は大真面目に。フックショット。
まだいける。
もう
歌ママさん、照準の中に照準あるやん。
もう訳がわからんこれ。
Rush it low, rush it low. Big one.
More dare it.
Just behind us.
今のさ、
Yeah, just
ラッキー。
winnable, winnable. Let's reset.
今の無敵入ってなかったんだな。うわめっちゃやれそうだった。
大した怪我じゃない。
歌ママさん、チートにダンケンプ。
今のは現実してたね。敵のウィップショットで助けられたわ。
Right now, sending bubble. I can't bubble here.
抜きで抜き。
Run at shuttle, run at shuttle.
No, I got a trap and
Just behind us.
they solo grab and shatter me.
Yeah, I'm trying to kill the chaser behind. I need a bit more help. Can we get pharmacy here?
あんだけウルト使っていけなかったら厳しいな。
限界だ。
やる。うざすぎなんだけど。
Get him, get him.
Oh, you heal. Behind, guys.
Yo, we need to kill the tracer. Oh, you need to kill the tracer. I'm trying a lot. But...
ねハマった。くそ。
I'm gonna switch.
Ash on top, Ash on top.
Ash on. Me? Heal.
It's on me, it's on me. Hello, I said it's on me. Nice. Just that's false.
Keep pushing. Be gone. Nice.
Ana low, no nade.
To the top. Oh.
Oh my god, dude.
Fall back.
Get out.
Just go in top.
He's just low behind back there.
Can Q now. Just behind, guys.
She's on top.
Oh.
うまいな。これさ。
I did.
終わったー。
Fall back.
やれるぞ、現地。ナイス、それうまい。
Just the left side.
しくじったな。
We're actually 3 up, we can go.
Just the left side.
They're going
Just gonna
top.
flank. Just hit the flank behind. That side.
Is that one new for?
Circle. She pick.
Oh my god. Got empty. Can put this
Just
in
on
top?
top left. Just on top left.
やる。
That's it, huh?
Got it.
Nice, dude. Nice.
DF grab.
Is that left?
They're gonna touch. Yeah, 3 left side.
What? なんかラグインですか。 うわー押したのに。
歌ママさん、狙いづらそう、わら。
むずい。まあでも意外とそんな気にならない。
ヒーローを選択してくださ
めっちゃホグキャリーしてたんだけどな、この人。
俺が知らせるものだ。ちゃんと保険には入ってる。
第一でうまく守れればワンチャンありそうだな。
ヤミさん、ポリマッチ。
ポヨマッチでー。ポヨマッチでー。最近フォールガイズをやってると噂のヤミちゃん。
ヤミさん、ポリマッチもやろうよ、フォークガイズ。
やってるよ俺も。結構おもろいよねあのゲーム。でも俺さキャラコンが下手すぎて全然下手だけどね。このゲームマジでむずい。オーバーウォッチの時からそうだったけど。
ヤミさん、いつくらい慣れた？
いやまだちょっとしかやってないから。あ、1位になれて、いや1位とかなれたことない。でも1回だけ決勝行ったことはある。決勝って言えばいいのかな。5回戦。痛い痛い痛い痛い。
レンカミンレン
ヤミさん、今度やろうよ。
いいよ。で俺マジで下手なんよ。まあでもあのゲーム一緒にやるからあれとかチームとかあんま関係ないけど。うわっ、もう邪魔だよシグマ見えねえよ。やろうよ。いいよやろうぜ。
それはサイズ、それは。Oh my god. Burn. Oh, get out, get out, get out. Help. Get out.
マジか。もう弾撃ってる暇がねえ。もったいね
ゴールしようとした人をフレンドに掴んで引き止めてもらうってイカラク。
やばすぎでしょそれ。まあでもさチームが組める以上そういうのもありだよね。
We can hold.
あー嘘だろそれは。
Hold flux.
うますぎでしょ。おい、うますぎでしょ。
Oh no, we low healing.
うますぎでしょそれは。もう本当に言ってるそれ。本当に言ってる。エイムボットだろこいつ。は？しかも腰打ちなんだけど。
They're gonna play. I'll pull their play. I'll fuck their play. I'll fuck their play. Don't worry. They're just this. KJ1.
当たんね。太陽力を貸してくれ。あ、これ上とか行ったらなんか死にそう。
あの辺
ウルト全部使っちゃったな。
レバンレバンレバンレバン。
I'm on right, I'm on right.
Does it have? Come on, come on. Auto.
無理だ。ナイスナイス。
What am I gonna?
Up hack, one hack.
No healers, no healers.
Big hack.
They got a grab dragon, careful.
Get out.
おお、こういうよく味方耐えたな。
Another one. With DFP.
Lamb, please.
EMP.
ブリブリアンブリアン。あな。
What's that? Reload dash.
いいんですか。リップ。
エネミードゥーム。
No ash. She's the fish.
Left racer.
They're coming left.
Brains, mate. Just the left side. Rolling. Come left side. Come in tracer, left side.
One.
Get back.
ビハインドトレーサー。ケアミー。トレーサー。
あ、GG。
GG。ナイス。ようこれ勝ったな。絶対負けたと思ったわ。太陽のおかげで勝てたな。
Avatar, il a 100% de
Holy shit. ちょっと高いマッチ入れられるようになったな。ヌーブナッツ。
配信43歳。グラマス、わら。
裏マスいるね。
ダブル。
グラマス怒ってる。
攻撃チーム突入まであと30秒。
待ってくれ、これはなんだって言ってるよ、味方のグラマス。What? って Wait, what? 何これってかわいそうに。でもさっきもでもさ、こんなマッチあったからね。なんならさっき260位とかいたからな。
We hold bottom corner. Running runs up.
3、2、1。攻撃チーム
配信43歳。CS では日常。
CS の日常、確かに。プラチナがいないだけまだいいだろうっていう。やる。相手ウィドウと何？オリストローだぞ。半蔵か、ダブスナか。でもダブスナって響きが夏いな、もう。うわー、使うの早かったな。
Nice. Briggs 1, Briggs in. Hanzo's half.
オリサワン、オリサワン。うわ、いらなかったー。うわ、やらかしたかし。なんで俺使ったんだろう今。絶対使わんくてよかった。
Pull it if you see. 'Briggs 1. Nice.
Let's go nano blade. やばいこれ。
Run one. Nice.
Sigma, Sigma. Sigma left.
Oh no. Hanzo's top left. Above us.
Hanzo left.
Yeah.
Buri, 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 buri.
Nice. Huge. Ah, he's dead. We don't need nano.
Lane left, lane left. Lane one, lane one.
What server are we on, by the way? Oh, C. Cool.
You got a 強えぞ。
They have McCree now. McCree Genji. Two one. Nice.
はあ、what the fuck。なんで俺、クソみたいなところに投げちゃった。
Just Sigla on pillar. On a dead.
何してんだ俺。
俺もまだ必要とされてるってことだね。
Oh shit. I got two.
おい、そこでマクリーは悠長
We
だ
must have nano blade. Just don't die.
穴を。
bubble. Sigma 1. Is that pellet?
どうしないどうしない。
Nice sleep. Tracer slept on our honor.
やべ俺だけ諦めてたわ。やったー。いやーいけそうだったのにな。うわーいらなかったし。
Careful EMP. Go, go, go. You me, you me, you me.
Sigma's top right on me.
Hey,
You get the run.
Hana one. Break it left side.
There's no recall.
Break it behind you. Try one, try one. Break it low. They are low, they are low.
見えない何かに。
Break it high.
Some below. Break 1. Anti. Can we nano blade?
No, me. Fuck.
Do we nano? Oh.
さあそう立ち合い
Stomper 1 HP on pellet.
うべべべべべ。やばいだろこのサリア。
Saw 1. Saw
うわーマジか死んじゃうか。
Have mine shield. Sigma low.
うわーマジか。
Regret. We get a normal tank pump. Number 1.
ファッキン OP。それな。もうブリ切って出すか。 やばいよなあのキャラ。早く直した方がいいわ。
Let's do recall. Go low, go one, hold on. Let's sit down. Hey, Widow, yeah. Oh.
は？嘘だろも
Why?
う。もう嘘つかないでよ。
Use that old bait. Touch point?
マジで？
I have nano. We need to nano someone.
もう。
設計からやり直しだね。
On a dead. Stay point. Widow 1 HP. Top right. Nice, stay point, stay point. Sigma low. Sigma 1. Sigma 1. Wall 1.
振り切ってヘイト溜まりすぎだろこのキャラ。
私だって戦える。
突入まであと30秒。かつての伝説も今はただのおばあさん。悲しくなんだ、せっかくサインをあげようと思ったのだが。
Slumber dead. Brick 1. Sit down. On us low. Mine's hot.
On the left.
On us hot left. Mine's empty. Got 2. was low.
Thank you.
いいチームだなこっち。
I have EMP by the way. Quick stop.
おやる。
It's dead.
私が見てあげる。私が盾になる。
Who pushed pellet?
いや怖い怖い怖い。
Pellet? 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 Pellet!
怖いんだけど。
Briggs off, Briggs one. One side, it's on your top. On his half. Trying to press him. Does half. Payload! Why does nobody push payload, man? Chunks one.
マジか。
Briggs half. Briggs low.
あらあらワンあらワンあらワンあらのねあらのね。
They're dead, they're dead.
はい。
Just stay payload.
やっぱこのキャラいないとダメだな。もう面白くもない。いつまでブリギッテに縛られてなきゃいけないんだこれ俺たちは。
傷を見せて。
Hush dead. Monkey's on me.
ウエスト
Oh,
モンキーモンキーノージャンプノージャンプ。
nice. Oh, we're just top left, okay. Stay payload.
バックバックバックバッ
I
ク。
wouldn't have, okay. Nice. We get the run. Nice, shut up. Payload. I'm gonna go on a big flank.
Oh. マジで
Don't use ults, down.
でも俺がチャージから守ってあげたのは無駄じゃなかった。
Oh, winnable. Oh, not winnable, we're good. Oh,
全然全然全然。
stay
ペロ
payload.
ペロペロペロペロ。ミラボミラボミラボ。ナイスゲンしないゲン。
We got the Ash, but I'm dead. Widow's top right. Okay. Ah, GG.
GG。
Fuck man, I struggled with
うまく
ダブルキルダブルキル
暑い部屋が25度にしても暑いんだけど。あ、上海対ニューヨークやってんだ。これ見るか。
effective at holding down position. That's what this comp is designed to do, especially with the Arisa. But because Mono started the round on the Rhine, he never got that supercharger online, and that would have been one of those key, position holding ultimates, right? You just drop the supercharger early while you're holding point. Generally, you're not going to want to push into that as a dive comp. Here we get a replay of Fearless, who had a massive round after a rough mid, and just completely turned it around. And I mean, that Ant Matrix got absolutely no value when Fearless played.
Yeah, I mean, the EMP had come out right before, but Fearless, right place, right time, and enough good pushes off the edge to give the Dragons an easy take. But man, if that round is what we have to look forward to for the rest of the series, I am stoked, Jake. This is so exciting.
Yeah, very back and forth. Now we're going to see a full mirror match here, so just to see who plays it better now. The Mei, very dominant, has always really been dominant on this stage of University, and I think Shanghai takes an early advantage here, being in position on the points, what you want in his Mei mirrors. As well, drone already forced for New York. Lee Jae gone, I mean, wait, what?
Okay.
That was absolutely insane.
This is not your ladder game. You might want to show New York a little bit more respect. Oxel, though, taken down, and Fleta up where he left off. The Dragons still making the most of things here, even if Lee Jae gone out of the fight early.
I think that's just Dragons capitalizing on the early immortality field forced by Jonak. Not sure what prompted that, but because the ability's not online, Dragons just rushed down the advantage, and maybe Lee Jae-gon was just a little bit faster than he needed to be, but ultimately Shanghai Dragons, they commit and they capitalize. They don't allow that pick to slowly flip the point. I think that's exactly the right response. You know, if you're down one and you play it slow, then New York's just going to whittle you away, but playing it fast gives you the best chance to come back, and that's exactly what they do, getting mid control here.
Well, playing fast is something that New York doesn't necessarily want to do here, but they have no choice, already down in percentage. Now, they're going to be looking to bring this back, and Hoxel taken down again! Lip, the two-tap from the side. And that puts New York in such a difficult spot now, Jake.
Fearless has such a major shield tempo lead here. They don't want to force it too hard. No reason to go into the enemy spawn.
ニューヨークに頑張ってもらいたいが。
As you said, time is whittling away. Ults traded evenly there. New York, they don't have any ultimates to really open this up, and it's going to be Shanghai charging it with a speed boosted Deadeye. Ooh,
うわー、それめっちゃ刺さりそう。
Jonak just slammed to the ground, and the Dragons just taking the initiative away from New York in all ways here thus far.
Flip just in the enemy spawn, by the way, casually rolls up behind Bianca. I mean, if I wouldn't be ready for that if I was Bianca either. So the speed boosted Deadeye into Void with a major ultimate charge lead, and this is how Shanghai continues to capitalize on being ahead. They don't play the fight slow. They don't allow New York to have any more time to charge ultimates, and once again, it's Fleta's Blizzard advantage. So now going into this next fight, how did New York win this? So hard to use High Noon coming through a choke here.
Well, I mean, there is the off chance of beating the Blizzard. Doesn't happen all that often, but maybe Bianca's hungry something New York can look forward to here. They have a Blizzard of their own, so I mean they can trade out, but they need something to go right for them early on in this fight. Hoxel already under pressure. It's been Lip just poking and poking.
Umai.
Knocks two into the pit, and Yaka's down. Excellent execution from the Dragons in New York. They're out of time. They're down 2 players. This is going to be nearly impossible for New York to bring back. Fearless dropping the shatter. Dragons still hanging on. They take down Mono. Still at a full 6 as New York struggles to keep it in contest. They can't do it, and the Dragons take map 1.
Wow, what a quick map there. You know, the first round, very back and forth, especially with Dragons bringing out that dive style. There were a couple moments, especially Nene's high noon, that started to look really promising for the Excelsior. However, University was nothing of the sort. The May McCree, so incredibly dominant, and that's pretty impressive from Shanghai team that they preferred to play dive on the first map. They win with that, and then when it comes to the raw mirror match of the May McCree that New York wanted to play from the start, even playing it on a less favorable map, and Shanghai just blow them out of the water here. So mentally speaking, you're gonna have to be on your toes now for New York.
One thing I really have to highlight here too is that, you know, call it the teams enabling it or just raw skill, either way, there is a difference in McCree utilization between the 2 teams. Lip was going wild and had tons of space where Nene just felt under pressure the entire time.
Yeah, I think what it comes down to is how aggressively the Dragons play. I love this push, speed boosting around the May wall, and oh man, what a disgusting pickup from Void. Finds absolutely everybody here, and there's just no way you're coming back into the fight at that moment, right? Like, you know, you've lost your shields to the high noon, everyone's picked up, and this is where Liv can just do whatever he wants. This is how he winds up in the enemy spawn.
Well, either way, the Dragons, they come out strong. Does New York have the answer? We'll find out at Kings Row just after this.
Overwatch League is brought to you by Colonel's Way. Big crunch, big flavor.
Do you love Reese's? Do you love Reese's Pieces?
Well, if we got a deal for you, we're making Reese's with pieces. Sort of like a buy one, get one free inside the thing you just got. Not sorry, Reese's.
This is the front door.
Here's the living room.
The hallway that takes us to
The kitchen.
the bedroom. Oh, and of course, where we spend most of our time.
The backyard.
ちょっとニューヨーク頑張ってほしいんだけど。
The Overwatch League is brought to you by T-Mobile. Switch today and rank up to America's largest 5G network, T-Mobile.
And by State Farm. For auto, home, or renters insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
The Shanghai Dragons showing relentless aggression in map 1, taking it over the New York Excelsior. New York, though, at times looking very good themselves. Now, Jake, the question is, can they turn it around here on Kings Row?
Well, to be honest, I'm a little bit worried right now for this New York squad because, you know, if we use University as a bit of a bellwether going into King's Row, there are some similar compositions that are likely to be played here, right? Like we've seen a lot of Mei, Rhine, these things are consistently seen on King's Row too, and you know, I wouldn't be shocked to see a relatively similar meta come out. If I'm New York, maybe I'd prefer to stick to the Orisa here, deny Shanghai that exact Rhine-Mei mirror match, because frankly, that was just 100% Shanghai going 100-0 on University. That's pretty rough, and the level of aggression and confidence they showed, it's surely got to be in New York's head right now. So getting into King's Row, it's all about getting a mental reset if you're in New York. This map has to be close, and honestly, I think you cannot let a team like Shanghai Dragons go up 2-0 against you right here.
Definitely not. And I mean, think about how Dragons ripped that one away too, where, you know, initially it was New York that was on the McCree comp. They made it work out really well on round one. And then Shanghai just goes, you know, we're going to put Lip on that McCree character. Seems pretty good. And Shanghai did a way better job of enabling their McCree. Lip was getting a lot more done. And of course, you know, it's not as simple as, this McCree's playing better than the other McCree. But either way, when you look at the breakdown, New York has to do a better job if they're in that McCree mirror of giving Nene things to work with.
Yeah, definitely. I think it does come down to the team play more often than not. You know, Lip's just obviously riding high off a ton of cleanup kills. But that's because his team is so dominant in the neutral game. And, you know, a player like Void, very consistent, getting the flux up. Right now, Shanghai showing dive, which is a little bit more common on first point, a little bit more surprising to see that continue to be played through the rest of the map. But anything's possible for a team like the Dragons. They're confident in their strategies, and, you know, I'm not against whatever they feel like they can make work.
Yeah, it's just sort of, okay, Dragons, you're writing the book. I'm just here to read it. But now the Dragons are going to be going with this dive strat. Genji, Sombra in the mix.
お、上海はだいぶか。
Yeah, a ton of poke now on the side of New York, but they're going to have to be worried about the Dragons, who can quickly come in, start capturing the point here. Fearless taking a ton of pressure, though. He's going to be forced out pretty soon.
Yeah, New York really enjoying just putting pressure on Fearless.
わー、リベロー。てか、なんでリベロがブリギットしてんの？
Axel on the punish, but losing the Brigida that early is still tough for New York. Dragons are going to have a full 6 a lot sooner.
Yeah, if you do have one healer alive, though, you would want it to be a Batiste. So Jonak's got his work cut out for him. Still possible here, though. No immortality field to prevent the dive. Fearless does
こうなるとメイがな、あんまり仕事できなそう。
New York's totally fine as a result for that. Dragons decided not to wait for an even bigger advantage, decided to move in, thought they had it. They didn't. And now it's looked the entire other way, where New York is back up to a full 6, and they're staggering things out. They chase down Luke
いや、
in
無
the
理だ
back
ね。
corner, and you know, the Dragons.
リベロさっきからやらかしすぎじゃない？大丈夫か？
Yeah, Liberal falling, but so does Lee J gone, so it's going to be very close. But without any heal sustain, I think Fearless is going to be taking a trip back to the spawn, get healed up by Luffy. But, you know, through the chaos, Fleta and Luffy, they've got the Nano Blade combo almost ready, just a little bit more poke necessary for Fleta. On the other side, though, you are worried about this Blizzard. However, look at Libero, only 27% on his rally, not even remotely close. He's just been getting rolled by this dive.
As it turns out, you don't build a whole lot of ultimate charge when you're in spawn the entire time. Not necessarily Libero's fault, but it has been his reality. Speaking of reality, Luffy right now hanging on to the nano boost. Libero down again! Okay, Libero still in his extended spawn vacations. Fleta brings out the blade, boosted by the nano into the back, takes down one, but the fight mostly won before the blade even came out, Jake.
いやー、これは無理だな。
Fleta really clean with those shurikens, gets some cleanup on the Hawksaw. Blizzard was there, did a bit of zoning, but not really finding any kills, and Nene's going to die late, so he should be getting back spawned. The rest of New York should be forward.
この構成のザリアガチつまんなそうだな。
That pickup onto Fearless actually buys a lot of space for the New York Excelsior, and as well, they're not stacking caps, so Nene will forward spawn. All in all, this isn't the worst defense for the New York Excelsior. Despite, you know, that looking pretty scrappy, they managed to get a lot of time off the clock.
Yeah, I mean, burning time off the clock is what you're looking for there, right? Like, it's super rare that you're ever going to hold point A in King's Row, but if you can even just burn 2 minutes, it's pretty easy. But now we look to the next fight. The Dragons, they'd love to keep the momentum. No, Lip caught out of stealth. It's going to delay things a little bit longer, and as New York just sends in the search squad looking for Lip.
Yeah, pushing this on
バレて
route
る
makes a
ね。
big difference, and now the EMP is going to be a bit delayed. Shanghai would love to be diving very soon here.
EMP 来るぞ、これは。
Come down, it's going to get EMP and shut off, so not much value to that, although Jonak dodges it and the drone keeps his teammates alive.
EMP it's for Hoxel getting low, but still
おーよ、しのいだ。
staying alive and back, but not for long. Fleta finds the moment, dashes in, Void adds the graviton for good measure, and New York still can't disengage as Void just layers in kill after kill.
Beautiful graviton surge, following up the EMP there, and Jonak tried to commit Amplification Matrix to keep his team alive. I think that's a good idea. They all pretty awkward to get value
普通にアナモがブリギッツでいいんじゃないかこれ。
If you think there's any hope of winning the fight. However, Shanghai Dragons are doing a great job of winning with minimal ultimates. They've got their combos set up and they aren't ever overcommitting. So great ultimates now to close out second point. Libero almost has rally, but he's facing down Fleta's second Nano Blade.
Yeah, it's not been a great game for Libero, and I'm not even sure how much is his fault. There's been a lot of break hate from the Dragons. Here's the blade from Fleta, takes down Libero first. It's some sort of sick joke as the Dragons easily get into point B.
And the primal from Fearless as well means Nene has no hope of escaping. New York, they've just been getting snowballed really since that fight on second, and you know, a good defense on first, at least time-wise, well, it wasn't good enough in terms of the ultimate economy, and that's where the snowball has really come in now. It's all on Libero's rally here to get him some stabilization. But at this point, Shanghai, they finally run dry.
Well, we'll see if that's enough. Dragon's neutral game has been pretty good here. And I mean, I just want Libero to live long enough to use rally. Okay, Libero's still alive, uses rally. That's a great immortality field from Jonak. But it still might not be enough.
Damage was 今の当たってないのか。
Still New York fighting us back somewhat here. The Dragons, it's not fully clean. The New York Excelsior still 4 up and around, and a little bit sloppy, but look at Void, looking for the finish. Has the Graviton in reserve. Was looking at 2 and decides no. Now's not.
ああ、いいストップだな、マノ。
For the double shield comp to really dig its heels in. On the rest of the map, there's a lot of flanks, just ways to be, you know, for a player like Fleta to get behind you, you know, get on your backline easily, but that's just not true on third point. It's a lot more straightforward, no real flanks that anyone can get to. The exception to that will be Lip, so he might be the one to open this up with some potential EMPs. I love that Nene's poking the flank aggressively, trying to keep some semblance of map control for his team. They don't want to all be hiding in the corner. A few people, that's fine, but you want to have some players out on the map exerting pressure, charging ultimates.
And you have a responses EMP from Lip that's being set up, and you know Fleta's in the back here, ready to get the Nano. I mean, EMP Nano Blade, if this is successful, that's the round. Here comes Fleta off the EMP with the Blade. 2 already down. Oh, 4 at the very end. Just no chance of a response from the New York Excelsior.
Just a textbook round out of the Dragon.
上海強え。
You know, the fact that they focus down the drone so that Fleta only needs to hit the drone one time with the Nano Blade. You can't overstate how big of a difference that actually makes to Genji. The difference between having to hit the drone 1 time or 2 times is the difference between life and death in that exact situation. You know, the flash was perfect from Nene, but the Nano just a little bit too much HP to get through those backliners.
Okay, so I think we need to reverse here, and of course, this is just EP that set everything up, but look at the broader theme of the last round. What was happening with Libero getting picked early and often there? What was enabling that? You know, is there anything New York could have done to prevent that? Because that was one of the saddest rounds I've seen for Brigitte, and I don't normally have sympathy for Brigitte as a character, but I did there.
Yeah, it's hard not to after a round like that. I think what it comes down to, though, is really Lip on the Sombra as well. You know, the rest of the team is following him up, but of course, he's always there in position. And, you know, to be fair, on the very first fight on first point, the beginning of the pattern was actually a hack from Lip. So, you know, a break with no bash, no whip shot is a pretty easy target. Can't even hold shield, right? So actually doesn't have all that survivability that she normally relies on. Jonak was just a little bit of a second slow in that instance on the drone. You know, from there on, I didn't see too many other specific instances. I just saw him going down in the kill feed. So it's hard to say what exactly is causing it. But I think what it comes down to is that the Shanghai Dragons, they understand they need to kill this break first. They don't want to let her save her teammates with armor pack. So they're targeting her with the dive. Which I think is a great way to deal with the strategy. Now we're going to see more of a classic mirror match here. Only difference is Haksal finally bringing out the Genji in this series. Could this be what New York needed?
The secret weapon, perhaps, though not really secret at all. Dragons, meanwhile, holding back. There's no Sombra in play, so maybe Libero will get a bit of a reprieve here, Jake.
Yeah, but Lip, you know, he's pretty deadly on the core hit scan himself as New York rotates into the hotel position. But Shanghai dances back beautifully here, although Void maybe overextended. Ooh, it's going to be close.
Void saying, am I overextended? Am I really? Able to get Avic, gets good heals, still alive. Both teams poking out here in neutral. New York deciding to go through the hotel, wrapping around, and Fleta gets caught off the rotation as Haksal dives on in. An immediate 2 for Haksal, make it 3 as he goes in over the top.
Nice cleanup from Hoxall. You know, yes, Void survived, but did force out the drone. Immortality kill from Luffy with no mirrored response from Jonak. I think that's going to be a consistent theme in this series. When you see the mirror match of these comps, forcing out the enemy Batiste drone without committing your own gives you this massive spike of power, because you can just charge in there with the confidence that should things go a bit awry, you can commit your own drone aggressively, which is the ideal situation in this mirror match, knowing the enemy team, they don't have that backup plan, the emergency save from the Immortality field.
Lee Gon might be in some danger here, senses the danger on the way, gets out of the corner. New York right now just looking to set up on their way from the beginning of point B. Shanghai trying to just cover things, make things difficult for the aggression.
Yeah, I love that Void and DJ Gon are just checking this flank without over-committing to it. Now New York going to charge down mid. Immortality field's on both sides. Hoxall's trying to find his opening. Here it is.
Goes in. Lip's already down, so Hoxall doesn't worry about too much damage-wise. Slicing in and around. Fearless taken down. Even though Hoxall doesn't show up in the kill feed there, it's still a lot of damage thrown in. New York keeps the initiative, and they take the fight.
Yeah, that's perfect play there. Opened up, though, by Nene. I mean, I think if you could imagine, if Lip's still alive leading to that fight, very possible Hoxall could have died in his blade, but because Nene found that opening frag, the enemy Ashe down, she can't provide that covering fire from the back line. And now New York are setting up for it looks like a very aggressive dive. I think Nene's going to poke and sort of fake a retreat here, but the fact that Mono is off in the flank, I wonder if that'll be scouted by the Shanghai Dragons. They can be punished pretty heavily by this off angle.
New York is saying a much quicker time here so far, also, especially if they get through point B on this fight. Bob can be thrown out here early. New York, meanwhile, using the supercharger. In a great spot to keep pressure on the point. Bob or no? But now here comes Flutta. Looking for the Blizzard off to the side. The Flux thrown in. Now the Blizzard just going to try and keep things a little bit stable. Dragons right now, poking back and forth. Either side fully committing onto a payload, but now it's Lip who strikes. Finds Nene on the side with Flutta. Patience paying off here for the Dragons.
Yeah, this is where the Mei really comes to fruition here, getting so much more value over the course of a long fight where not only can the walls get value, you just do more damage and have more potential to CC the enemies with that freezing beam. So pretty important place to win a team fight on King's Row. It's a long walk back to cart for New York Excelsior, so you know, even if they win this next fight, it's still going to cost them a lot of time, and the next fight is far from guaranteed. No ultimate advantage for either side, and actually, as I say that, no, Void, he almost has a Gravitic Flux, so this is going to be a very difficult push for the New York Excelsior. I think if Jonak commits this Immortality field, Void is just going to pick up the whole team, and, you know, even if they survive it, they won't be able to get value out of that other support ultimate.
And the Dragons are going to pull back here. They know that they can pull back, fight on payload, and that's going to drain the clock even more should New York lose next team fight. The F Matrix comes out first, and oh, Void! Take it down before the Flux can do anything! The Flux thrown into the abyss, and the New York Excelsior with a one-man advantage, moving forward, Flutta looking awfully low. And here comes Hoxall, the cleanup crew in progress, slicing away. And New York gonna be heading into point B.
That headshot from Nene is truly a make or break moment, because you get exactly one chance there. The moment Void picks you up, you have to hit what, 2 or 3 headshots to actually burn him down that fast, and when you lose that incredible burst damage that the Amplification Matrix offers, very likely that Void is going to get spam healed in his ultimate and going to be able to survive it. So Nene really just clutched up huge for his team.
Mono, a little bit of danger here, trying to get isolated by the Dragons. Able to shake off a lot of the pressure. Meanwhile, Nene, Bob in reserve. It's the high ground. This is a great vantage point for an Ashe to be taking right now. Sends out the Bob. But meanwhile, tries to slow it down a little bit on the payload. Drops the Blizzard. Bianca down. Got frozen and taken out. And Dragons starting to control point C a bit more now.
Yeah, this is an important place to win, but Hoxall still fighting, still brawling. I think this will be a one fight for the defense, but just barely. And in fact, New York's still hanging on by the skin of their teeth. The fact that Hoxall's still able to be here poking away means it's going to be a lot more awkward for Shanghai to reset. They won't be able to retake nearly as much map control as they would like. Going to find themselves all caught in the corner. And New York sitting on a pretty massive ultimate advantage here. This could be a textbook cleanup. You do have a couple X factors here, especially Luffy's Amplification Matrix could find some kills.
They're going to go for the win now. They're going to pop the rally and the Flux same time. Luffy already out of the fight. Hoxall, the blade out. Jonak already down. Nene and Hoxall, though, still around. Hoxall looking for the cleave, and oh no, taken down in the corner. One slash away by Fearless and Lee Gon. And the Dragons just barely hanging on here on point C. And now you look towards the time, they've drained New York behind the time that they themselves set, just a round to go.
Everything was looking so perfect there for the New York Excelsior. The fact that Hoxall wasn't able to get more out of his blade really was pretty crushing there, because now Shanghai, because they made that incredibly difficult defense, now they're on easy street. New York committed absolutely everything, and what a painful moment to die. I mean, it is traded by Hoxall, that's nice. However, still defender spawn advantage here.
Yeah, I mean, New York's going to be feeling the loss of that more, especially given that they've been putting Nene on top for a little bit more consistent control over the course of the fight. Minute 30 left here. Things starting to get a little bit dicey for New York.
And Void just kind of looks like he wants to save this Flux for some counterplay. Doesn't want to force it early. They know that they can just run down the clock, give themselves a win condition just by holding to overtime here. So New York, they're going to have to make something happen, but they're probably just going to have to poke until they get some ultimates. Very awkward to open this fight up unless Nene can get some sort of crazy early pickoff. Just unlikely.
We're going to send in Bob first, but Void says it's time to Flux. Uses the Flux, throws him up to the air. The Immortality Field there, though. Li Jae-gon already punished. Void, a bit of pressure on the top, trying to control that section of the map for now. Hoxall, building ult charge, takes down Flutta into the back, 76% towards the blade. And New York applying good consistent pressure here. They're winning the neutral versus Dragons. They take down Lip, and now look to Hoxall, almost already built up the blade. The blade on the way in, finds Li Jae-gon, looking for a little bit more, dealing off the Flux. The New York Excelsior so close.
Fletta,
a little bit more.
We've seen him here before.
Oh no!
Oh, what
again.
a disgusting shot! But
not again.
Yeah, it doesn't not. I just had flashbacks. Is he Nene? Fletta on that spot. It's over. Just retreat, New York. No, okay, they got the map.
Honestly, that just brings me back to when we had to judge the frag videos, and we just had to hear Bren's call on that over and over again, talking about headshot after headshot, but it all just blurred together. He's like headshot after headshot after headshot. The problem is when you have to listen to that clip over 100 videos, it all blurs into one. It's a lot of breath.
Li Jae-gon just ruining Nene's day there, running at him with his shield up. And now we go into the overtime round here on Kings Row. And while Shanghai, they do have a big advantage here, you can't deny it. This is a very, very possible map for snowballs. You know, we have seen a lot of teams, especially if you win that fight while the overtime wick is burning, defender spawns are incredibly long. You win the next fight on streets while that overtime is still running, and you're in an incredibly good position to cap second point, sometimes even push deeply into the final foundry stage. So anything's possible here on this map. It's not over yet for the Excelsior.
Definitely not. I mean, you look at Kings Row. Kings Row feels like the most escort hybrid map around, in the sense that on an escort map, you don't always put a lot of stock into a time bank advantage because of the nature of overtime pushes. Kings Row getting point A at times is so consistent that, you know, it almost follows the same rules at times. But we'll see if New York can go and have that crazy overtime push. First things first, they have to take point A.
Yeah, eyes on Hoxall right now. Nene gonna go for the Widow too. Very greedy pick, I would say here. You know, if he can't find an opening kill, then they are gonna be pretty significantly behind in shield damage, especially because the Dragons are running a Mei at the same time. So Nene is gonna have a lot of pressure on his shoulders here.
New York going through the hotel. Mortality field down on both sides as Hoxall finds Luffy early. That's so much healing down now for the Dragons. Even Libero and Mono down. If New York can just stagger one or two more kills, but they're not going to do it. Shanghai, even down one early, is able to fully solidify and not give up anyone else.
Yeah, Nene wasn't able to find much here. I like the idea of the Widow, given that Shanghai, they're not fielding a Genji, so I think that the thought here is that Nene's going to have a bit more space to work with. However, you got to do more than just have that space. You've got to find those opening kills on Widowmaker. It's what you pick the hero for. It's going to be tough with all the shields alive, especially with Voids so devastating on this high ground right now.
Hoxall out of the fight. Now you must turn to Nene. Overtime in progress, so the pickoff's going to be there. New York down 4 on 6, 3 on 6. The Dragons in a great position, and New York cannot stay on the point. Now, Jake, they have to hold point A for nearly 3 minutes. Not impossible, but very hard as they look for the draw.
The win condition is locked in here for the Shanghai Dragons, and you know it's pretty rough too because it's just one tick as well. So if there's ever that opportunity to force point, you don't have much time to work with on the defense. If you lose a player, you can't give up ticks as a means to buy more time. It's just not available right now. So we talked about a potential overtime push. It just didn't come through though. As you said, you've got to win first point for that to even be a possibility. And now coming into this next round, I wonder if Shanghai will continue fielding the Mei, or if they'll choose a more explosive hero like Genji. Gives them a little bit more, I think, inevitability, especially when you have something like a Supercharger Blade. So awkward to hold through that, especially with the attacker spawn advantage. So New York, they need to play perfectly.
The thing that frustrates me a little bit about that last New York attack is that you think to their first attack, Jake, they got through point A incredibly well with their initial comp. What goes through a team's mind where you have a great attack through points A and point B, you know, essentially not really being stopped, and then you go back to point A and you decide you're going to swap it up?
Well, I think it's, I mean, this is what they played before, right? They played the full dive strategy, you know, on
No, not for Shanghai, for New York in the last round. It was just.
Oh yeah, I think the Widow has merit, right? You realize Shanghai haven't been wanting to play Genji, so you know, you don't have that aggressive DPS that's going to get in the Widow's space and just kill her off. Mei won't really be doing that, so the idea is Nene's going to have more space. Here with Fleta just poking on the Widow, I don't think he'll commit though. I'm very expecting to see him go Genji. He is going to be on Doofus here. No, okay. No. I think maybe a misclick. Yeah, I was pretty stunned to see that. We'll see if Libero can survive this time. That's where my focus really is. Mono is going to be the one taking the focus on point. Looks like Mei and Brig are going to stay together here. I like this movement. Make it awkward for Lip. Don't give him that one solo player that he can pick off the back line.
Yeah, I mean, put Libero in the witness protection program after what happened on the first Shanghai attack. And hey, Lip this time gets taken down early. Libero's still alive. There's a moment of progress here for the New York Excelsior.
Yeah, this little hold matters a lot. However, Luffy's been getting a ton of nano charge here, so I expect to see this first fight just be on nano in onto Fearless. However, how does he have Blizzard? What? This guy's crazy with the right clicks. Isn't enough though.
All right. It might be getting frosty here for Fearless, who will also. Haxel hasn't used it yet. It's a long time to wait for the Blizzard, and now it goes out as Fearless probably just stuck wondering, wait, this is a thing right now? Still, the focus fire not there to take him down. Haxel's down on the other end. New York starting to bleed. Mono and Bianca very, very low. Mono out of the fight. The Dragons in a great spot. Flooded close to a blade, taken down. But the Dragons applying a whole lot of pressure here, Jake.
Yeah, it takes the rally to make the hold, and although New York get this one done, LeakyCon, I think, accidentally bashing in, try to save his Ana, but he's going to probably fall for it. It's a nice little reset here. However, you're staring down the barrel of a crap ton of ultimates, frankly, for this offensive dive squad. They still have a minute as well, so even if this next fight goes poorly, they have an opening. I love that little detail from Fearless to put his head in the wall while he's frozen by the Blizzard so that he actually can't get bursted down. It's a lovely little addition. Made that fight a little bit more competitive. Part of why Libero needed to use the rally. So nice play by Fearless.
The problem here for New York is how do you survive the EMP blade? Fleta's so good blade on its own. We'll see. I think for New York, you just have to continue to stagger Jake.
Yeah, very early Flux, doesn't really get anything. Rally buys a ton of space, and Fleta is just waiting for his moment. Here it is.
Here comes Fleta off the blade. 2 already down for New York. It is over. The Dragons complete with their ultimates. They take point A, and now they're just 1 map away from going to the grand finals later tonight.
Yeah, valiant effort there on King's Row by the New York Excelsior, but just not enough. Shanghai just played that incredibly well. They played to their win conditions. The defense was clean. That was the most crucial thing of that overtime round. Clean defense sets you up for a relatively straightforward offense. And I just love the little details in their dive comp. So effective. They managed to get a ton of value where other teams can't. Fearless